Originally a six-figure vehicle, the early Bentley Continental GTs have depreciated into a price range that would tempt many car enthusiasts, and rightfully so. With its big W12-cylinder twin-turbocharged engine, abundantly luxurious interior, and classic styling, it's a ton of car for current market prices. But are these prices too good to be true?
I'm OJ Lopez, and since 2008, Fluid MotorUnion in Naperville has been a dealership alternative for exotic and luxury auto repair. Now, because we've been a dealership alternative, you can bet that we've seen just about every Bentley Continental GT in almost every imaginable condition. But today we're actually going to touch on a repair that might not be so painful if it ends up happening to you. We're going to show you some warning signs on this common but straightforward to fix problem and know what's going on when it happens on your Bentley. That way you'll know what you're getting into before you commit to a costly engine out service.
Due to the Continental's tight engine bay constraints and expensive limited platform shared parts, just about every engine repair requires either the removal of the motor or, at bare minimum, the front subframe. And while a few parts have Volkswagen logos on them, it doesn't make most of them any cheaper. This customer complained of a noticeable exhaust noise as well as a prominent smell of fumes inside the vehicle's cabin. Typically, our first step is to smoke test the exhaust system. However, due to the cramped engine bay space, it was difficult to see exactly where the smoke was originating from without further disassembly. Listening with a stethoscope, we were able to hear the exhaust noise directing itself upwards into the engine bay. After a thorough inspection of this upper engine bay area, signs of carbon staining from exhaust fumes made it evident that the leak should be higher up. Removing the airbox and charge piping gave us more evidence to work with. More carbon staining towards the passenger front of the engine. Now this could be caused by a cracked turbo manifold or a blown out gasket, but it just seemed too heavy for a crack that would gradually develop. With a bit more disassembly, it became evident that a plug in the cylinder head for the exhaust port's secondary air system had blown out. These plugs are placed in the head to account for the casting process, but can become dislodged over time on Audi's W12 A8 and Bentley's W12 twin-turbo engines. Now, while putting the same size freeze plug in with a thermal sealant would probably be good enough, we wanted to make sure this issue never occurred again. We came up with an ingenious way to improve this seal after a plug blows out by tapping and threading the holes and installing metal plugs in place of the freeze plugs. This is obviously a much more permanent solution, and we even went ahead and performed the repair preventatively on the plugs that had yet to fail.
When tackling repairs at the shop, we always like to cross-reference experience of other techs and users of said vehicles, just so we have a good idea of what goes on across a wide user base. We want to give a special mention to 6 Speed Online Forum, as well as RJ, the vehicle's owner, as they were able to share this post which better visually explains what causes these issues and exactly what would need to be replaced.
With no further exhaust noises or smells, we went ahead and buttoned the car up. You can bet this customer was relieved we wouldn't have to remove his engine again.